Welcome everyone to the Simply Real podcast. Today I have a really special guest with us, Nic Lion, an upcoming artist coming to us from Norway. Nic, how are you? Welcome to the Simply Real podcast. I'm so excited to touch base with you. How you doing?
Thank you so much, Miss Jennifer. I'm doing very fine. Thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing beautiful. So you are in Norway and you are an upcoming artist. You have a single out. Tell us a little bit about who is Nic Lion, the artist.
Well, my real name is Aubrey Nicole, and I was born in 4th of October, 1998. And I make music. I've always loved music ever since I was a little girl. I grew up listening to Shakira, Britney Spears, all those legends, Spice Girls. And I got really inspired and I really wanted to make music. And so also beside me being an artist, I'm a life coach and I'm a social media influencer. And I also write poetry.
Wow, you are very talented. You have a lot that you do. That's amazing. So how did you get into everything? You said you love music since you were a little girl. What kind of music do you make? And tell us about your single.
Well, I make I used to focus only on the rap area, but right now I'm more like into versatility because I watched how much of a longevity versatility can actually create within the music industry.
Right.
Like you see Nicki Minaj, she is very versatile. Doja Cat, I look up to such artists that can sing and rap at the same time and just be able to kill any beat.
Yeah, they got some good dope beats. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And also when it comes to my single that I released in 2020, it's called Vendetta. And actually this is one of the few rap songs that has actually made me believe in myself even more, because I was doubting myself because I used to be bullied and a lot of people said that I would never be able to make music. So I really worked hard on Vendetta, both lyrically and verse wise. I started to I came with this idea after I watched the movie V for Vendetta, and I was thinking, okay, let me write a song. And then I started with verse 1, and then I made the flow at the same day, and I writing the song the day right after. And
Right.
yeah.
Nice. That's such an interesting story. So growing up, you said you were bullied, and I know you said you grew up in Sudan, was it?
Yeah, I was born in Sudan, in
Yeah.
Khartoum, and I moved from Sudan when I was a little kid at 11 to Norway.
Oh, so how was that transition? And culturally, how was it with the music? I mean, was music something accepted in the culture, and was it something that you were sort of, allowed to do, or was it something that everybody was sort of against? Tell me a little bit about that culture with the music.
To be honest, I am very grateful to be able to have such supportive and open-minded parents.
Oh, great.
I came a Muslim and a Christian household, and that wasn't easy for me either, my whole life. And I was very scared that my mom would not love the idea of me being an artist, especially a rapper, in the Arab culture, is a female rapper is so shocking and controversial.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. I know in that culture, and it is a little shocking, but it seems like you were well received.
Yeah, and also my father, I've given him hints ever since I came to Norway. I always told him I'm gonna end up as a musician. I will end up making music. Right. So I just started to follow my heart and follow what I really truly want in my life, because I realized that, okay, my parents are my parents. I love them and I respect them. But at the same time, my goals are my goals. And those are personal goals that I should now get, because at the end of the day, we all live for ourselves, don't we?
So true. That's such a great point, and I love that you're living for yourself and you are creating your pathway. You are doing your thing. You are upcoming. You are amazing. So tell us about, you said you write poetry and you're also doing coaching. How are you keeping all this balancing, girl?
Me, like, I started with poetry before like almost 2 years ago, and I always was in love with poetry. I see all those like, Instagram posts about poetry, and I'm just in love with poetry because I feel like writing poetry have also helped me to like be more wise and intellectual lyrically. And I'm not gonna lie, being a poet is also one of the best things that has happened to me, because as soon as I started writing poetry, that's when like, another side of me have showed up, a vulnerable
Right.
side, and a side that is very deep, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure poetry helps you in developing your content because you also said you're a social influencer and you're a coach. So I'm sure it helps you in all the aspects of your life, right? It sort of integrates everything.
And I also like the advices that I give as a life coach or a social media life coach is like, it's not like, based on something that everybody's doing. I'm giving like advices more of like, from a place of experience and
Right.
from a place of what I have been through in the past, and like helping and uplifting other people, and just like, empowering, especially women, it's like empowering them to feel so happy and so like I'd be so proud of myself, like I'm doing something great. My prosperity is not only contributing to me but to the society as well.
Oh, absolutely. Your story is just so beautiful, and your voice has become a platform for other women, I'm sure, especially in your culture. I mean, how have you become empowering for other women from your culture? Tell us a bit about that and how they probably look up to you, right?
Well, when it comes to my culture in Ethiopia, so basically Ethiopia is the only and first country in Africa that has a female head of state and president. And that even made me like push even more harder to
Right.
like realize that if a woman can be a president in my country, so can I be a female rapper and CEO. And I can be,
Absolutely.
yeah, I can be like anything I put my mind and my imagination through. And a lot of also like other women have inspired me, like Tiffany Haddish. She's also Eritrean. Uh, Leah Kaberi, if you have heard about her, she's a model. She made a movie, Flower, about the Somali model.
Right.
And it's just like seeing the game having East African women made me like realize that, okay, I can be the next East African woman who inspires the world and contributes to making a world into a better place.
Oh, you definitely are on that path, let me tell you. Tell me a little bit about what are some challenges or some adversities that you think you faced along this journey? What are some things that you have overcome?
Well, like recently, before 5 days ago on Friday, I lost my management, which is that was the only thing that was left for me that I can rely on, that I can like work with, so I can step up my career. And I'm not gonna lie, I cried for 5 days, but then I went to Clubhouse, like on the live with you guys. I was in the live with other people from LA, from
Right,
Chicago,
right.
and it just like gave me the hope. And somehow I felt like I was always on my little bubble and comfort zone. And now I felt like this is a test from the universe, basically testing me to see if I really who I claim to be in real life, if I'm gonna work hard and push through all the bridges in order for me to make it.
Wow.
And that's the biggest challenge that I have ever faced. I also faced challenges like people from my own area that I grew up here in Norway, Oslo, bullied me because of my music. And it hasn't been an easy journey to life, but I will continue to go harder. I will continue to like make the music that I want to make,
Right.
and I will someday, so I can be an example for the people who have been through a lot like me.
Right. And you mentioned bullying a couple times, and that's something that really goes on a lot, especially in today's world that we're in, especially with younger generations and the kids. What advice or tips do you have for anybody listening out there who may be in the same position as you, who may be getting bullied or maybe having a dream like you and being put down? What are some things you can tell them to stay motivated and stay inspired?
Well, first things first, I want to say that do not worry about what people think of you or say about you, because people's perceptions will always be people's perceptions, regardless of how good you are or how bad you are. Like, people will always have something to say about you. People will always try to knock you down, but don't take it personal, because it's coming from a place of lack of confidence, of love. We never know what they go through in homes with their family. And second, I would say do not believe in those popular, cool guys and girls at your school, because trust me, those are that be going through it the most. People who struggle to maintain or remain that image, of the cool girl or the cool boy. So you never know what they go through behind the scenes, behind closed curtains.
Right.
And stay strong, never stop, keep going, and just know that without light there is no shadow, and without shadow there is no light. And it's all about the duality and balancing between you taking your goals serious, but at the same time you tapping into your personal power and getting out of your comfort zone, and not create scenarios that will mental health, because that's what I used to do in the past. And big thing I've learned the past 3 months, I am really powerful.
And yes, you are, girl. Preach it. You are so powerful.
And so all of you guys out there, you guys are powerful. Do not let anybody tell you no. And just know that the universe did not promise us a perfect life or a problem-free life. We have to go through ups, downs, backflips, backswings, even, in order for us to reach where we want. So just know, behind every single dark night, there's always a brighter day, and that's word to the legend himself, Tupac.
Oh, I love it. I couldn't have said it better. You're such an eloquent speaker, such a beautiful soul. So tell us, Nic, what new projects are you working on? Where can we see your music, listen to your music? Tell us some more about the music. I'm dying to hear you sing. If you can give us a little notes or tunes, I would love it.
Well, right now, since I lost my management, I have been working really hard to find a producer to work with. And I find I'm going to work with him in 1 or 2 months. And one of the next projects that will come, I will be making live streams on Instagram, where I will talk about life experiences and give some life lessons. I also am working on building my TikTok account so I can reach even more bigger audience.
Right.
And at the same time, the single is in Spotify, Deezer, all platforms. It's called Vendetta by Nic Lion. And I'm working on bettering myself as an artist to become more versatile, more lyrical. So yeah.
Yeah, well, we're definitely gonna have to play it at the end of this spot. We'll definitely get it up there for our listeners and everybody who's tapping in today with this interview to see what Nic Lion has going on. You are such a phenomenal artist. You have so much cool things coming up. And as you continue your journey along the way, what more do we have to look out for you? Are you going to be doing more poetry, more coaching? What is your forte you're going to be coming up with us in?
Well, right now I'm focusing on my music the most, and you guys will be expecting new music this year. You guys will be expecting more poetry from me and more Instagram live events. I cannot wait feedback on Instagram and finally
Oh yeah.
post and talk about like everything that I've been through, just like, you know, teach people how to like start their own life, because we live in an age where we can literally be everything we can be. Like that's how powerful this internet age is. Like
Oh yeah.
one video and you just go viral. Like for example, Copy Lamb, the one who always be like, you know, without saying a word, he just exploded out of nowhere on TikTok. So it's a way to teach them how to like build like, you know, a life strategy that can lead them to a better future. So that's what I'm gonna do more of this year.
We definitely look forward to you hitting the pavement hard. You have so much coming up. I cannot wait to hear everything that you're coming up with. And you are definitely paving the way to become the first East African artist, as you said. Did I get it right?
I mean, The Weeknd is also from my country, Ethiopia. So he's the first male African.
The first female, right? Yes, you're paving the way for the first female East African artist, and I could see you getting up there. I mean, I'm so glad and blessed to have done this interview. Don't forget me when you get to that celebrity status. And when you're making the big bucks, don't forget who did the interview.
I just want to also say thank you, because like imagine 5 days ago I lost my management. I thought it was over. I thought that I was crying 5 days in a row, and finally, like after connecting with you guys and connecting with other people on Clubhouse, I really became so happy. And especially when you came to me yesterday and told me, yeah, let's do this podcast, and you have no idea how much life-changing it is. And it's just like I feel like the universe has sent you to me to tell me that don't give up. You still have the love.
I love that. You know, and that's the true power of connecting, and that's the true power of community. I mean, honestly, Nic, I feel your good energy and vibes through this computer, and I'm just so blessed to be able to be sitting here with you, speaking to you, hearing your wonderful story, hearing what an inspirational and empowering voice you are to so many out there. And I really hope that somebody listens to this today and realizes that anything is truly possible if they just believe in themselves and they just keep going, because that is the story you were telling us today, Nic. And it's such a pleasure. It's such a blessing to have you on the Simply Real podcast. And I'm truly, truly privileged.
Me too. I'm very privileged and I'm very honored and very humbled to be in your podcast. And yeah, so it's like you said, everything is possible. Like if you lost your producer, it's not the end, because just know that your management and your producers are not the only producers and management that exists in the world. There are, like when I say billions of like managements, managers, producers, composers that are looking for people that are as unique as you guys are to work with you. So just because you lost one or two things, that doesn't mean it's over. Going.
Yeah, just keep it going, keep moving. And with your writing and your poetry, you got a long, long career ahead of you. And like I said, we're definitely going to play that Spotify single for our listeners so they can check it out and hear your voice. And we look forward to so much more from Nic Lion coming up. Any lasting words, or actually tell everybody where they can find you on Instagram, where they can find you on Spotify for everybody tuning in. Where can they find your music and how can they tap in to support you?
Well, you can listen to my music on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere on all platforms. My name is Nic Lion, Vendetta. The song's name is Vendetta. And also in my Instagram is Nic Lion Official. My Twitter is Nic Lion For Real. My TikTok is The Real Nic Lion. And also on Snapchat, I had my Snapchat before 9 years ago. So Don't be surprised. It was just on my teenage girl dream. So my Snapchat name is also Rachel-Bieber98. And if there's anything you guys want to talk about, if you guys want to like learn things or two about poetry, music, about how to give up, how to build your confidence, I really got you guys.
You're all over social media. You know, I see a collaboration in the future coming along with The Weeknd. What do you think about that, Nic?
Oh, The weekend. I mean, everything is possible.
Anything is possible. We got to get that going, right? We got to get a collaboration going with The Weeknd, right?
I mean, only sky's the limit, you know?
I hear you and I believe in you. I'm rooting for you. I'm your #1 fan right now, let me tell you. So I got you and I'm so blessed to have you again. Everybody go tap in with Nic Lion. She is an upcoming artist from Norway, originally from Sudan. She is making and paving the way for women. She's going to become, I'm going to say it with affirmation, she's going to become the next biggest female artist, East African female artist. I cannot wait for her to hit the pavement running. Thank you, Nic, so much for tapping in with us. We're definitely going to have some music for our listeners coming up so they can tap in with you. And I appreciate you being on the Simply Real podcast. Any lasting words for our listeners today?
I just want to say thank you so much. Like, I am grateful beyond measures, Miss Jennifer, for you to have me on my podcast. Oh, your podcast. I mean, I'm so sorry. And I just want to say to all the people out there, if in case you didn't hear it today, I love you. We love you. We are so proud of you. Yeah. We are so proud of what you've got. And just keep on tight. And just know that everything that you guys go through right now is going to be over one day. So just make sure to make that future you that you be imagining and dreaming about proud, like she or he is still waiting for you there. So don't give that person up, because that person will thank you one day. So never give up.
Yes, never give up. And we will end on that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today to the Simply Real podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated for all my future podcasts. Check out Nic Lion. She's awesome. She's got it going on. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful, blessed day.
Thank you.